Yo, what is up everyone? I'm Spence and thank you for bringing our Godzilla Battle and Heroes video. This is going to be for season 29 with fucking Waboba Goji and Rainbow Mothra. I pre-made this Heroes before recording. Just gonna give a quick overview of all these units real quick, then we can get to the big old meat and potatoes of these goobers. So yeah, let's do it. Earth, best unit by far. Dimension Tide, best effect by far. Don't think they need much explanation. Same with Zachiel, big fat explosion, does a shit ton of damage. Giant middle finger to every push. Now, this could be the big twist. I think Final Wars is better than Destroyer this season. Let me tell you why, from my experience at least. Destroyer, he's going to start out for about beginning third of the game as a shitter. He's going to be the 3-cost, aggregate, and 3-cost flying, which can be okay, but they're not going to be anywhere close to Final Wars in that beginning third. And that beginning third can change entire games. Having a shit starting here with Destroyer can be really bad. You're never going to have the issue with Final Wars because he's always going to be a one-man army by himself every point of the game. And that he has something Destroyer doesn't have, that AoE tail whip. That tail whip is so useful for clearing out swarms and combos so well with Dimension Tide. Pull everything into that tail whip, it's going to be a shit ton of damage. He does have a little bit of goofy animations with his breath sometimes and switching from them, but around that, he's just so good. He's got the speed that Destroyer has as well, so he can just get into the fight real quick if you need to spoil your already existing push. And yeah, he's just super good, especially in that early game. It's what I think pushes him over the edge over Destroyer. Yeah, that's just what I think. You're probably gonna disagree, but hey, my video, you're not. Alright, here we go. Destroyer. Huge sack of shit like Final Wars. Stat stick, so much health, a metric fuck ton of damage. Too much damage, in fact, if you ask me. But yeah, it's just evolving him. It's not bad that you have to evolve him, it's just that he's not gonna be there in the early game for you like Final Wars will be. But the aggregates, fuck me, think of the movie. The larvas on death are really good as well. They can sometimes do damage. They can stall Leo charges. Yeah, they just got pred. There's no AoE around them. Yeah, really good unit right here. Always gonna be good until they nerf. Gagano 4, good old Pitbull. We love to see him. Shit ton of damage. Okay HP. It's not bad. That grapple stun has so much utility for stopping charges, like Caesar for example, wiping out swarms because he does have a pretty good AoE on his double hit. And yeah, he's just Gagano 4. He's just really good. Leo, it's a 5-cost flyer with really good stats on a charge. He's always been good, besides that first season with him, but yeah. Biolante, same with Bio. After that one buff she got, she's always been insanely good. And Water, especially Waters of London, she's going to run that map and still will run that map. AoE is really good. For 3 costs, gets so much HP as well. Yeah, just really good. Chorus and Trains, pretty much interchangeable. The yin and yang effects, one does damage, one heals. Yeah, they're both just great utility, and if you're watching this, I can guarantee you're using at least one of these in your deck right now. GMK, this guy, very questionable among the fan base of GBL, but I like him. Like, he's really good units currently, really good AoE, good damage, decent health, 6 costs, you get a lot for him. Still shits on flyers, like these two will get to them. And yeah, he's just a really solid unit. Nothing much to say about him. Batra and Fyrodan, also interchangeable like Chorus and Trains. The Lovebirds, they're both really good for their own reasons. Batra for that damage boost, really good DPS, and Fyrodan for slightly better stats, the speed boost and the heal. Both great utility for teams. But actually, no, I'm going to put Fyrodan slightly ahead because at least his Evo, it's on death. Batras can be a bitch to evolve, especially for opponents just like Kiryu mocking it all the time. But yeah, they're both really good still. Kamacuras, they're Kamacuras, great blockers, great meat shields, they do their thing. Monster Zero, I think, give it time, give it like 10 seasons or so when people have him at 20, he's gonna be up here, around here with Destroyer and Final Wars. He's super fucking good, especially with this Earth meta we have going. He's great support for Earth, he has a shit ton of damage. Really good health. What else does he have again? Oh yeah, stun immunity and that damage buff. The damage buff is small, but it's still noticeable. It's really good. Just a great support. Like Final Wars and Destroy, he's a one-man army, but he just doesn't have the levels. Mothra 19, still probably the best support unit in the game in my opinion. Still really good. The stun immunity, not as prevalent since Kumo doesn't exist, but it's still really good. She's a good sniper as well. The slow can also be really effective for countering slow units like burning. We'll get to him. Like Shin, for example. It just keeps them at bay, especially if they're in the water. They will not be moving while Maka picks away. And the 2 energy on death is just really good. So it makes her basically 4 cost. Alright, Burning Godzilla fell from grace. He's still solid. Like, he's not a bad unit, but like, he just kind of needs a buff, not gonna lie. It's like, his explosion is still really good. Just why run Burning when Sachio can have his tier 2 explosion like instantly? Yeah, he's just slightly outdated of unit in my opinion. But I think like one good stat change, he's gonna be back up here for GMK. The Guinness, good old armadillo boy. He's just in gears. He got a lot of HP, 4 cost, really good. Common Rider, just 4 cost stat stick, does a shit ton of damage. The knockback against air units is really good. And yeah, if you have him GMAT, especially like to 20, he's gonna be up here. But even at like level 10, where my predicting is most people have him at, he's really good. Excuse me, sorry. Just ate a fat piece of chicken before this. Kiryu, just really good utility. The on-spawn missiles are really good. And yeah, also, a lot of strats with Kiryu. It's not just spamming him on the lead. I know like at least 6 of you do that. Don't do that anymore. There's so many strats with him. Like supporting your pushes, walking Kiryu. And even if you do drop him on the lead, drop him when you have a push on the lead to distract them. Just really good. Walter White we got here. Space Godzilla. He's pretty good, not gonna lie. He's great for supporting Earth. That damage buff is really deadly on Earth and it's constant. Crystals can be good for distracting, but I think he needs a slight HP buff because he's really squishy right now. As a rule, it's like Super X, but a lot better. The piercing's really good. Air unit, so air unit benefits. And also the explosion. I don't know why it's been hitting a lot more things for me recently. Like when I'm fighting, like it's just hitting. It does a shit ton of damage too, especially at 30. It's just hitting a lot of things. Kiryu Kai would be with Kiryu if he wasn't a buggy, unfinished sack of shit. No animations pretty much, just wasted potential. Jaguar, singular point, great earth counter, does really well. Ultima, really good range. Just evolving him can be a bitch. Shin Godzilla right behind him. Evolving is a lot easier, but he's just too slow, man, I'll be honest. He needs a speed buff, like to burning speed. Then he can be so good, because right now he's got a really good kit. Unit 0 just doesn't have the levels right now. And you know what she does, like, the explosion's still really good, but the bomb meta is like, only Sachio is really prevalent right now in it. Ultraman, he just needs to be buffed. He's not in it anymore. And at B tier, I'm just going to quickly speed through them. Good stun-ish. Good support, the Dumb Pony, Old Man Jenkins, Magira. Good AoE, health buff. DT counters, Monster X, Cool Bone Man, G21, the Dumb Lard. Just good health, that's about it. Jaguars, you know what they do, and that's about it pretty much. Alright, let's get to the funny ones. Gamera, no longer rented, so could give him the benefit of the doubt, say people have him at around 5. And at that level, I think he's a top of B. He's still got a lot of health. I think it's like 3,500 at level 5. His damage, it's not that good at level 5, but it can still kill things. But yeah, it's also just pretty good utility. Mine's at 11 right now. I was running with Earth. He's still pretty solid. Gaius, right here. Very goofy odd bats. They kind of need their levels though, because the small ones don't survive one lead hit anymore. So, go from below Super X. All right. Desghidorah, my favorite unit. Mine's at 33, so hey, call me biased, but I'm gonna try to be as objective as possible. I think he's right here with this season specifically because he's rented. A fucking rented Desghidorah is an absolute monster. Mine has about 4,500 HP and 1,000 damage on a Pierce flying unit. That is so good. He has so many good combos as well. Fine Wars specifically, I think is his best combo. It's just so good together. Dimension Tide still his best effect combo. Pull everything into that blast. It's 1,700 damage just right there with those two alone. One blast. It's so good. And also he still has his His stun on spawn, which will stop Leo charges, redirect units onto like Macros if you have them. He's just such a good unit all around, especially this season. If he wasn't rented, he'd probably still be a top of A, but with this rented level, a lot of people are using him. Like I said, mine's 33, he's a fucking monster. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna play him for this season. M92, good old Moth Shaker. Just got a huge buff. 1 to 3 cost with Larva being 2, and she is really good. Mine's only 24 rented, but she is such a good unit right now. You just get so much for 3 costs. You get so much damage, and even if your opponent does kill her really quick, it's only 3 costs. You're not wasting 4 anymore. Honestly, I think 3 costs of Mogos around here. I still think the effects in Bio are better, but actually, I might be inclined to do that. Because 3 cost of Mago is just so good. He gets so much damage in that tiny little package. And you know what? Nope, we're going back down. I think that's fair. Because I just remembered her Evo is still a bitch. 30 seconds on that dumb little slug. And it's like, she's gonna die to everything if you're not... Fuck. Words are hard, people. She's going to die to everything in that larva stage, including Kiryu, Mog alone. Train still one-shot a lot of her, and if they don't train plus DT, it's just like, even though it's a bad energy gain for your opponent, you're still gonna be stuck with Larva in your next hand and not a Mago. And yeah, I think she's really good right now. Alright, Rainbow Mothra. Great idea having the Jaguar buff on spawn with the block pretty much, but pretty bad execution. Fucking he does a solid 6 damage at least, maybe 7 at 40. But yeah, it's just not really that good in my opinion. But it's like, he's not all bad. I'd put him... Oh, we're getting pretty low. I'd put him around here. Very situational. Because like, that buff can be really good to block units. Like Leo's charging. And good counter to Earth, but like, just run Jaguar at that point. And like, he does no fucking damage. Like, the shit I took about 30 minutes before recording probably does more damage than Rainbow ever could. And like, I do not get why they gave the upgraded form of Leo such little damage. I get he has a fast attack speed, but like, what are you doing, Toho? Give him like double the damage at that point. Please, even though he has an AoE, he just does no damage. It's really unfortunate too, because great potential in this unit. Just ain't it for 5 costs. Like, either put him to 3 costs with Mago here, or just buff his damage, like double it. That were golden. Alright, fucking Wonky Tonka Bay Godzilla. Where do I think he is? Let's talk about his kit first. He has the triple hit every 5 seconds, which does at least a shit ton of damage. And he has the pulse, which has a lot of utility. When he goes to 50% HP. I've heard it can trigger twice, but I don't know how it triggers the second time. But, he's somewhere in S tier, I think. I think he's the very bottom of S tier. Above Monster Zero, below. He's not above Desghidorah, I can guarantee you that. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's put him right there, I think that's fair. I think Monster Zero still is a little... No, I don't. I still think, Wakanda's a little bit better than Monster Zero. Like, he just has so much damage and really good stats for 7 cost. He's a little bit buggy with his pretty much non-existing animation, but I think he's still really solid. But yeah, do I have any final words for this tier list? I think it looks pretty good though. So yeah, this is what I think for season 29. It's probably gonna change next season, so yeah. See you next time.